Namaskar, I am Deepak Rath. I welcome you all to the Uday India digital channel. Friends, today we are so lucky that today we have with us the Honorable Governor of Andhra Pradesh, Sri Biswabhushan Harichandan. I want to tell our viewers that Sri Harichandan in his early days was a very senior High Court advocate in the Odisha High Court. He was a great legal luminary. Afterwards, he was actively involved for upliftment of the society in Odisha, for upliftment and improvement of culture of Odisha, history of Odisha, and in fact, he ran many movements, he mobilized many organizations for the development of culture and history of Odisha. Afterwards, Sri Harichandan joined in active politics. He became MLAs for 5 times in Odisha, and he was also cabinet minister for 4 times. He was a cabinet minister for law, revenue, food and civil supplies, labor employment, industries, and also I also want to inform our viewers that he won the Bhubaneswar Assembly, breaking all the records with a margin of 98,000 votes, and that was a record. And while he was a member of Odisha Legislative Assembly, he was a great legislator who fought for the interest of the people of Odisha, state of Odisha many times. And for anything, any important issues, for any connection between the center and state government, he was always connected. He was always taking a forward movement for the greater interest of Odisha. Sir, I welcome you to the digital media of Uday India. Sir, I want to ask you that recently you have heard of there erupts controversy between the governors and the state government. There was media reports in West Bengal, in Maharashtra and in Kerala for many obvious reasons. I want to know why such thing happens in the state governments, because governor is a constitutional, his role is to abide by the rule of law of the state. But why such incidents happens? Why? What may be the reason, and what should be the role of governor? Kindly tell our viewers.
Governor is a constitutional post.
Of course.
And as governor, what he will do and what he will not do, that is also known in the political circle and in administrative circle. In some states, there is difference between the governor and the chief minister. And I don't think this is a very, it gives a good message to the society. In my consideration, that there should be a harmonious relationship between the governor and the chief minister. As we say that there should be harmonious relationship between the executive, legislature and judiciary.
Yeah.
Because we are all for the people.
Yeah.
So, if there is the question of people, everything can be done. And it must be done in a tactful manner. And the chief minister and the governor, they must remain within their own limitations. So that I think they can work for the development of the state. Otherwise, if there is wide differences, and sometime Chief Minister is going in one line and the governor, and there is some sort of difference between them. It is at least to be avoided in the interest of the people.
Sir, in Andhra Pradesh, like Maharashtra, earlier in Maharashtra, now in West Bengal and in Kerala, in your state also, Jagan Reddy, he is from a different political party. But till now, there is no such reports. What is your opinion in your state, and how you are having a relation with your chief minister, and how, please tell us your viewers.
I have good relationship with the Chief Minister. On different issues of the state, different issues of the people, we discuss. We want the development of the state and development of the people. And this is the role of the governor also, to look to the interest of the people, also development. And therefore, the Chief Minister, who is a popular man, I think, very popular, have launched a number of welfare measures and is working always. And in many cases, he has a discussion with me on different issues of the state. And therefore, there is absolutely no question of having any difference. And in Andhra Pradesh, we are running well, and myself, Chief Minister is doing his work, developmental work in different spheres, and I also do my job as governor. And we have cordial relationship, and in complicated matters, we also make discussion. If there is anything which poses some sort of problem, I invite the Chief Minister to come to Raj Bhavan, and he comes. And he also, if there is any problem, he discusses with me. We are within our limitations, and there is harmonious relationship between the governor and the Chief Minister.
This is a very good piece of news, and that should be the spirit in a state. Can you tell us in brief, after you being sworn in as a governor, what are the steps the state government is taking and you are especially taking care of for the development of rural development, education and agricultural development in Andhra Pradesh? How it is going on?
In Andhra Pradesh, a lot of welfare measures have been taken. In agriculture, there is a developed state. And industries also they are establishing. And special focus has been given to the health of the people. And there is one Arogyasri Yojana, which had been launched by Dr. Rajsekhar Reddy, his father. That project is continuing till today. And along with that, so far as Ayushman Yojana of the central government, they are also implementing in the right spirit. So many people are taking the benefit of this two projects.
Right.
And in difficult times also, the Chief Minister goes to the Prime Minister, discusses with him about the state problem. And they have one Raitu Bharsa Kendra, that is for the farmers. And they have perhaps more than 11,000, 1,100 Raitu Bharsa Kendra in the state. In Raitu Bharsa Kendra, all the problems of the farmer is being solved. Farmers will make the test of their soil, and they get pesticide, different types of manures, and whatever they require, and seed, sometimes spurious seeds are being given. And tested seeds are also given, and they will purchase everything from the Rai Bhursa Kendra. And in everything, immediate payment will be made because there also a representative of bank will be there. And so far as products are concerned, they also, for the products, they come to the Rai Bhursa Kendra. Therefore, supposing paddy, there is in many places people are going to the mandi depending on the miller's mercy, and it is not being procured, and the distress sale, because the farmer is being compelled to have face the distress sale as all his paddy is not being purchased by the government. But there is no question, they will bring their paddy or other products, and Raitu Bharsa Kendra will give them the price. And that is a novel system, and that is something unique in the entire country. And therefore it is such a nice project that Chief Minister had also requested me that once you please visit some Rai Bhursa Kendra. I had also visited, and I said that this is a unique project. I discussed with all the experts who are there and the persons who are in charge of it, and I was fully satisfied that perhaps there is no such unique project in any other state. It is a model. And in other cases also, people's problem, the Chief Minister immediately attends it, that it is qualification. And irrigation, it is also rich in irrigation. And so if there is any calamity, natural calamity, immediate steps are being taken. So, on the whole, everything is running well.
Okay.
And they are exporting mangoes. In mangoes, perhaps that is the third in the country also. Fish product, I think it is the greatest exporter of fish. Like this, agriculture people are hardworking, and people have some faith in government, and people's problem are immediately taken up.
Okay. Central government also has recently started new national education policy. What is status in the state government, and can you in brief tell us how you are working for education in Andhra Pradesh, especially higher education?
Andhra Pradesh has a number of universities. Government sector only 22, but number of universities there. Education is given the priority. And the day the Prime Minister announced this new education policy, 2020, they also committed that we will immediately implement it. And it is very fortunate that they have implemented. And I have the occasion as Chancellor of the universities to have uttered the convocation, and in the convocation, we on the education policies and other things, it was also discussed. I speak on new education policy, and everywhere I have heard, and in the conference of the Vice Chancellors, I also asked them how you have adopted the new education policy of the central government. They said that we have implemented it in the very gracefully, and therefore education policy is, I think, it is ahead of many more states.
Very good. Sir, last week just I had met with Governor of Himachal Pradesh, and as a governor he told me that he is taking special problems of Himachal Pradesh like landslide, he has called on all the researchers, scientists to tackle that problem. Also, on his own, as a governor, he is taking initiative for promotion of Sanskrit language. So he is inviting the students and teachers, giving training for spoken in Sanskrit. Like, is there any, as a governor, your dream for the state of Andhra Pradesh, or any special area that you want to do for the state of Andhra Pradesh?
Then particularly for the development of Sanskrit, it is not done, but in the matter of developed education, all attempts are being taken.
Yeah.
And I am happy that new education policy is immediately adopted. And much stress is being given to it. And regarding research and other things are being done in the universities, and universities are functioning very well.
Andhra Pradesh is definitely a progressive state, and where you want to see it, where it should grow, and what more to be done.
It will definitely grow. It is a developed state, no doubt. It is grow because in every sector they are very sincerely implementing the policies.
Yeah.
And they have a village secretariat. So, regarding this rice and all other pension, etc., everything is directly go to the people. They go and distribute. That is a nice system. That village secretariat is functioning all over the state, and in the village, through village secretariat, people needed to run to the panchayat or the block, and this village secretariat people, they go to the house of the people and distribute this rice and pension, everything which are required and which are being provided by the government, they are being distributed in the people of the village secretary.
Very nice. Sir, coming back to our viewers will be certainly interested to know from you, because you are also from the state of Orissa and you are deeply associated with the culture, upliftment of culture, and development of history of freedom struggle. You have attended lots of programs, and you have written hundreds of articles. You have attended many programs, and you are also a great speaker, and every nook and corner of the state you have addressed. So can you in brief tell us about the pride history of Orissa and culture and freedom struggle?
Odisha's culture, tradition is very rich, no doubt. And in the freedom struggle, we had taken a major part. And especially before the freedom struggle, when Britishers came to Odisha in 1803, Odisha, they took into their control the Odisha. Then after 1 year, in 1804, Joy Rajaguru, the chief minister of the Raja, under his instruction, he fought with the Britishers. And at that time, Khordha has been reduced, and therefore he was defeated and very inhumanly hanged at that time. And so far the people, the Paikas and the people who are actually fighting, they are very much aggrieved also. And from the very beginning, they are opposing the Britishers. And thereafter, some years continued, and there was oppression of the British people. The officers who have come from different states, especially West Bengal, and the officers, some officers of the state, they made the state helpless and oppression has gone to thrift. Multiple taxes have been imposed and the land revenue has been increased. And the Paikas, who are the foot soldiers, they have been given Jagir land in lieu of some remuneration for their service. That was the tradition in Orissa. Because the powerful emperors of the state, where Gajapati Maharaja was ruling, they are given Jagir land. And that has been abolished. And the Dalbeharas, who are the chief of different forts, their Jagir Jami has also been abolished. And a situation came which became intolerable. And at that time, Bakshi Jagabandhu, the commander-in-chief of the Raja, he came forward, asked all the Paikas that will fight against the Britishers, will drive them out. And he moved all over Orissa. And for fighting also some finance is also necessary. And he had good contacts because Bakshi has a great status with the Raja. And Raja of Khordha, Puri or Gajapati Maharaja, is called as Thakur Raja. The people have greatest faith in Lord Jagannath. And even the powerful emperors of Odisha, they say that I am not the ruler. The ruler is Lord Jagannath. And I am just a Raut, a representative of Lord Jagannath, and in that capacity I am ruling the state. That is the tradition. And therefore, and so far as the Bakshi is concerned, Bakshi family traditionally they are the commander-in-chief. They have a great respect in the state. And so far as these Paikas are concerned, the soldiers, on the call of Bakshi, they can do anything. They can jump to the fire. They don't bother for their own safety. So Bakshi had given a call for fighting against them. And he had also good relationship with all the Rajas and Zamindars. He appealed to them. And he said that a time has come, oppression has gone to the peak, people have lost their land, land revenue has been increased, multiple taxes have been imposed, and your birthright of collecting salt from Chilka and sea, that has been withdrawn, then it's better that we'll fight with them for the freedom of our land, freedom of the motherland. And all the Paikas, they came forward, they promised, after whatever consequence may be, we'll fight for the land. And under his leadership, the Paika Vidrah started in 1817. in 1817, so they planned with all the Dalberas, Dalais, who are the chiefs. And there was a plan, and in that plan, they have decided first that we will start the war from Banpur.
First war of independence.
Yes, because it was inaccessible in some respect because there are hills, there is Chilka Lake, and they selected that was the best place. And when Bakshi Javandu discussed with my ancestor Dinamanda Samtarai, because that fort is under his control, and 14 other forts are also under his control. He also advised that we will wage war, we will smash the Britishers here, and therefore it will send a good message, and therefore it will be easier. Therefore, we can make all sorts of sacrifices. He promised to Bakshi. Then Bakshi decided, well, let us start the war from here, and you are in charge of it. There was a big battle at Banpur. There is a Paltan Padya, and Britishers were defeated there. The British, all the British institutions have been burnt into ashes, and the treasury has been looted. 15,000 rupees was there, that was also taken away. And Britishers left Banpur, and this message, like wildfire, went to the entire state. And it created the spirit of patriotism amongst the people. And everywhere people got ready to fight. And they sent a message to the people that it is not impossible to drive out these foreign people who are ruling over us. Then Khordha was the capital. Then Bakshi marched towards Khordha through Borgad. Lieutenant Pride was in charge of Khordha, and he was getting ready for fighting with Bakshi Jagabandhu. Bakshi Jagabandhu with Dinabandhu Samtarai, our ancestor, Dalbera, and Banpur soldiers and others, and in which also from Ganjam 400 Kandhas had also participated. These Kandhas had a great participation in the soldiers. They proceeded to Khordha, and Pride was getting ready to fight with them. And when he came to know that 5,000 armed Paikas are coming to Khordha, headed by Bakshi, he was terrified. Because at that time, he expected that the plan was that Paris will also join with him. But Paris could not reach. So, without any war, without any bloodshed, Khordha was conquered.
But, sir, I want to ask you that you told in 1817 that was the real first war of independence. But at the national level, 1857 is known as the first war of independence. And regarding this, you had met with the then President of India, Sri Pranab Mukherjee at Vigyan Bhavan. He also agreed, and you were there. And what about that? Can you tell us about that? Let at national level people know when was the first war of independence and why there is a confusion.
We are very proud our the Sipahi mutiny, because our brave Sipahis, they fought with the Britishers. And at that time, in some places also, they have conquered. Therefore, it has been accepted as the first war of independence. Though in that war, Jhansi ki Rani, Nana Sahib, Tantia Topi, and others had participated. But my point is that for the freedom movement to get the recognition of a war of freedom, people's participation is necessary. So far Odisha is concerned, it is a people's war. It is a bloody mass battle of the common people. And common people had participation all over the state. And with these people, they fought. And that was run 40 years before the Paiko mutiny. Paiko mutiny, for it, we are also very proud.
Yeah.
Because we have also observed this 150th birthday. There is no dispute because at the national level it has been accepted.
Yeah.
But we made an appeal that so far as Paiko Bidroh is concerned, which continued for long 8 years, because I have left one thing, gun. There was third war, battle with the Britishers. And in the third war, also, Paris has lost his life. And others, the Britishers were crushed and killed. At that time, the Raja of Khordha was in Puri. Though actually he was not imprisoned in the palace, he was confined. He had no independence. Therefore, the decision of Bakshi was that Puri should be the place where we can fight and bring out our Gajapati Raja to Khordha, the capital. Then he proceeded to Puri with the 10,000 paikas. And there was a bloody battle at Puri. They were defeated. They left Puri, and Bakshi had brought in a very ceremonious way the Raja of Khordha to his capital, Khordha. And before that, all these incidents are there. That in 4 places, they have been defeated. And then when they found that it is going out of control, so they withdrew soldiers from the Madras regiment, Bengal regiment, and they concentrated their fight. And in that fight, somehow they given a forged letter to Bakshi that a real attack, they must take revenge because in 4 places they have been defeated. Forged letter had been given to Bakshi that the war will be at Puri. They want to attack Puri and take Puri into their possession. Therefore, Bakshi told Brahma, who was the next man to Bakshi, that you be in charge here, let other paikas there. Gajapati also was there. When Gajapati said that it will not be safe in your absence to fight because actually they will attack here, not Puri. Bakshi said that is the central point. And since you are there, I don't bother. And Brahmara was there and Pakyas are there. With a limited number of Paikas, I will go there. Still then, 10,000 Paikas, he had gone there, defeated them, brought the Raja. This is the background. That means there is a complete people's cooperation with the entire Pike battle in different places, and they have been defeated. Then when they were defeated in the absence of Bakshi, in the last fight, thereafter Bakshi changed his strategy. Then he then said that with all these sophisticated weapons and the guns and cannons, it is difficult to fight with them henceforward with these swords and todadar guns. That way he changes the strategy into guerrilla war, which continued till 1825.
Sir,
Because of that, we said, because in 1970 I had started in the Cultural Affairs Ministry, Paika Vidroj, Samaha. At that time, Dr. Harikrishna Mahatab, Dr. Radhanath Ratha, Biju Patnaik, Ravi Rai, they all encouraged me, and it was a warlike thing from Barunai to Bhubaneswar. There's Paikas with sword and shield, horse riding pirate because in a great number, and from Barunai taking a masal after the puja of Mahabarunai, they came. It appears as if this is perhaps they are going to a war. And every 2 kilometers I had placed a minister to receive and to give the flame to the other horse riding soldier. Like this,
Sir, very beautifully you have narrated the courageous life of Bakshi Jagabandhu. But some historians, and as you know, the history of freedom struggle of Orissa was written by the agents of British people. And taking that into account, some historians are claiming that Bakshi Jagabandhu has surrendered before the British Raj and he compromised. How do you accept
Bakshi Jagabandhu had never compromised, not surrender. I have studied the entire history, and what happened, when they have controlled the entire country, therefore they said that if Bakshi will surrender, we'll keep him with all honor, there will be no restriction on him. He will live peacefully till the end of his life. Bakshi did not care for it. Thereafter, they imprisoned in Baravati fort both his queens, his son, adopted son, all of them were imprisoned. Because they wanted that so long as the Bakshi lives, it will be very difficult to control the agitation, and looking at this agitation in some other place in India, there may be revolt. When they failed, then thirdly, they took all they have abolished all the Jagir Rodang of Bakshi from the beginning. And thereafter, all other properties of Bakshi has been confiscated. With that pressure, Bakshi did not yield. He continued his war. And therefore they found that it is difficult, he is not a man to surrender. Man is, after so much of pressure, after everything, all his properties are abolished, and his entire family is imprisoned, he is not surrendering. Therefore, they talked to Nayagad, Raja of Nayagad. And they also did another thing. He threatened all the Rajas and Zamindars that if you help Bakshi, you will be punished. So somehow they stopped their help. Nayagada Raja also is a very good friend of Bakshi, and also British, with the British, he is bound to be there, and he is also taking it to as a friend. And they said that you meet Bakshi and tell him that all operation will be stopped, multiple taxes will be abolished, and land revenue will be decreased, and in many cases we will return the jagiris. And as my friend, you know that it is not possible to have such war. And when they are giving that offer, because they are also frightened of the dead Bakshi. Therefore, they wanted friendship with you, and there should be negotiation, and all these demands, as you had made, that should be done. And people at that time also wanted peace. They did not want that this operation should continue. Therefore, there was a negotiation treaty, and on elephant's back, Bakshi with a procession came to Cuttack, received by the Britishers, and lived there. And the people who are saying that Bakshi has surrendered, they don't know the history. And in my drama, Mahasangram or Mahanayaka, I have clearly written it, because that is the history. People should know that is the history. And we are fortunate that the Honorable Prime Minister had directed for observing bicentenary of Paika Vidroh. That is a great honor given by him, and everything had been considered.
Sir, my last question, can you reply in brief, because India is celebrating 75 years of independence, and the son of Odisha's, the statue of Subhash Chandra Bose is installed at the India Gate. And what is your message in brief, can you tell?
The moment we heard that there is the Azadi Ka Amrita Mahotsav. Azadi Ka Amrita Mahotsav is the brainchild of the Prime Minister. And his entire interest is that, taking into consideration wherever there is any sort of battle, and wherever there is people who have made sacrifices and fought for freedom, they should be honored. And by that, the spirit of patriotism will be enkindled in the hearts of the people. Therefore, it will be possible to have Atmanirbhar Bharat. That is the conception. And therefore, the first attempt was to place the statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, the great hero who had, in the freedom movement, who has said, "Give me blood, I will give you freedom." And there is no power in the world which can keep us under bondage for any more time. But such a great hero who had spent his childhood in Odisha and thereafter came to the national politics and fought from outside and outside the country, had Azadi's government and had contact with Japan, Germany, Italy, like 6 countries who had promised to fight for India's freedom. And such a great son has been ignored. And we are so proud the day we heard that our Honorable Prime Minister will install the statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. And it is a great thing because George V statue has been removed. And in that very place, the statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose has been installed. And so far the Rajpath is concerned, that has been converted to Kartavya Path. And the Prime Minister said, Modi ji said, that the symbol of slavery has been removed. It is a great thing, the entire country is proud.
Yeah.
And therefore I had also gone at the beach at Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose there, and not only I, in the entire country, that this patriotic feeling which is getting enkindled is a thing, is a matter for having, for enhancing the prestige of the country in the international field. So Modi had come forward, and it is the greatest contribution.
Thank you, sir. Viewers, you have seen how beautifully the governor of Andhra Pradesh has narrated the history of Orissa and his vision for the development of the state of Andhra Pradesh. Being a legal luminary, he also praised the Prime Minister for the installation of the statue of Subhash Chandra Bose at India Gate. Deepak Rath from Andhra Bhavan, New Delhi.